Breaking news. Ecuador no longer requires the COVID-19 test to enter the country for foreign tourists. That's great news. For anybody who was hoping to come on down to Fruit Haven Eco Village or Terra Frutis or the Amazon Fruit Festival from January 17 to 23, 2021, which is being hosted at Terra Frutis, that was kind of a big a barrier for some people who don't want a Q-tip stabbing their brain. Or don't want to receive a test that actually doesn't serve any meaningful diagnostic purpose, according to the scientists who actually invented the test. So what some countries are realizing, for example Ecuador, is that if they destroy their tourism industry, a lot of people get plunged into poverty. And poverty doesn't directly kill. There's not like this man called Poverty that goes and murders people, no. But anyone who understands kind of like economics and demographics and epidemiology and things like that understands that people getting plunged into poverty has an increase in deaths associated with that for a variety of reasons that are associated with the lower living standards that come with poverty. So of course there are a number of studies showing that the lockdown laws and policies that were created as a reaction to COVID-19 are actually killing more people than the virus would have, than the virus is and has been. And of course CNN doesn't show those studies, but they exist. You just have to look for them. So fortunately there are some somewhat intelligent people, policymakers in Ecuador, that realize we're requiring this COVID test, and there's very few tourists coming into the country. We have to do something about that. You know, people are starving. Well, people aren't actually starving to death, but it's getting to the point where things would get really serious if there was no tourism revenue. So they had to do something about it. Yeah, so basically you can come into the country. You can either present a COVID test that was taken within 7 days of your departure, or before your departure, or you can not present a COVID test, and instead you have to give them an address of a place that you're going to do a 10-day self-quarantine. Of course, if you're coming to Fruit Haven, you would just give them the address of Fruit Haven. If you're going to the Fruit Festival, you would give them the address of Terra Frutis. By the way, if you buy your Amazon Fruit Festival tickets and you use the Fruit Adventure coupon code, you get $25 off your ticket. So anyways, yeah, just wanted to tell everyone that. It's pretty big news because I know a few people who are delaying coming here because they didn't want to have their brain stabbed by a Q-tip. I know a lot of tourists don't want to have their brains stabbed by Q-tips in order to go into a foreign country, especially when there's no legitimate science backing up that policy. So I'm very glad that Ecuador has laxed up a bit and allow you to self-report your 10-day quarantine location. And they don't follow up on that, so it's not like there's going to be the secret police coming to wherever you're staying and making sure you don't go to the market to buy anything. It's not an enforced quarantine; it's a voluntary quarantine. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. Come to Ecuador, coming down to Fruit Haven.